Hey, what's up? Welcome to Slay Edge Media, where I do custom cars and show you DIY videos on how to do a lot of this stuff that you may have to spend thousands of dollars at a shop. You can do it at home in your garage. Stay tuned. All the plastic's all off of it and it's looking pretty damn good. So if you look behind me, this is the current project. This is the one I'm about to start working on next. I'm gonna dechrome this car. So I already got it all cleaned up. I did a light sanding on it. And something you wanna make sure you really do is you gotta get really close up on there. Like, you know, for sanding, just make sure you, a light sand with a 600 grit. You don't really wanna do less than 600. You don't wanna finish off with 300 or 120. You wanna make sure you finish off 600. This is the before video. You see, it still got the chrome on there, chrome there. This one has stock wheels, but right now, you're seeing before. Here it is now. And you're gonna see incremental steps as we go. I'll keep you up to date. I got this tape up here because I'm gonna block off all the chrome areas. The best ultimate way to do it would be to take this bumper off, of course, and then paint it individually on the side. But when it comes to different variations of different cars, you know, being able to pop off this bumper, you know, it's not guaranteed that you're gonna be able to do that. So this is the way that you can do it for every single car. This one right here was already done. This one was stock. It had chrome around it and it had like a gunmetal gray. Of course, everyone knows the Audi emblems are usually silver, chrome, whatever. This one I'm not done dechroming because I wanted to finish this one first. The new style for Audi and a lot of other cars is to have the grille all blacked out, real blacked out, no chrome, and then dark wheels. These ones, you can't really see it too good in the shade, but these ones are bronze. I did this myself in my garage, and you don't need no fancy ass. I promise you don't have to pay thousands of dollars to get new rims to get them colored. The Audi was the first vehicle I wrapped on my own. I wanted to know how to wrap cars, so I taught myself how to wrap I wrapped that right in my garage. But that's gonna be for another video. It's got the wheels, I did the grille, and when I get done, I'll have done the dechrome, as well as I'm gonna have to rewrap parts of the roof. But that's just something for future. Update what I got so far. I got the tape up here and just some notes. Make sure you got whatever you're gonna be painting, whatever surface you're gonna be painting, make sure that's the only thing that's exposed. So if you can, tuck the tape underneath there and get into the corners and everything. Like as far as this trim, because it's different from the Audi. Gotta tuck it underneath there, make sure anything that's gonna be visible when you're driving regular is covered up. So the only thing that you should see is the surface that's gonna be painted. The only thing you should see is the surface you're gonna be painting. And then you're gonna fill in the rest of this with plastic. Also, cleaning tips, if you're gonna be repainting, let's say chrome, or you're gonna be doing the black part right here, you're gonna make it fresh black, make sure you clean the hell out of this thing. You gotta make sure you clean it, go over water, check it again, clean it again, go over water. And then if you have an air compressor with an air hookup, so you can spray some air in it, spray air in there to get all the little water out of there, all the little crevices and everything. And then do the same step up here. Fill in the tape where you want it. For me, I'm just gonna be doing this center part right here. So I'm not gonna do this plastic part here and this plastic part over here. I'm just gonna follow this line and have it go under here. So it'll go under here, it'll go under here, and then between this little gap right there. And all this will be fresh blacked out. A little bit of another update, as you can see, cover it all up. Now there's one thing I want to tell you guys. Make sure you do not overthink this. It's not as hard as you may think it is. The only thing you got to really make sure you pay attention to is pay attention to detail. Make sure whatever you want painted to be exposed, and what you don't want painted, cover it up. And just go over your stuff. Make sure your tape isn't resting upon where it's gonna be getting painted. If you do that, make sure you cover up that engine area with plastic as well, and you'll be good to go. I'm about to move this car inside the garage just a little bit, and then I'm gonna finish putting the plastic on there. So this is it. It's time to start getting painted. I already got everything prepped. All the surfaces are clean, inspected. The gaps have been checked on the tape to make sure the tape's not resting on the surface that's going to be getting painted. You know, you want the area taped off. You don't want to get the tape on the area that's getting painted. So let me show you. It's pulled in the garage slightly, And I want it inside the garage slightly because I don't want external wind messing up what I'm doing, you know? Because remember, this is DIY type stuff, so that means it's gonna be at your house, in your garage, because everyone doesn't have access to some kind of fancy paint booth, okay? Got the garage open, car is partially in the garage, and I got a fan going behind me. So ventilation. Make sure you got some kind of mask or something to put over yourself, and hold your breath because I hope you measure twice and cut once. Ready? One last thing I forgot to mention before you get started with the painting. Also, make sure you work some plastic in back here to protect your radiator. You know, I don't think you will want to get some of this paint on there. You know, you don't want to get any of the paint on your radiator. And also make sure you block off your air intake. Wherever your air intake is in the front grille, make sure you block that area off so you don't get any of the paint going in there either. You only want to get the paint on the surface, you know, that you want to have the color that you want, all right? And just like that, this thing is pretty much done. As you can see, it's like totally different now. Now, after I take the tape off, you're gonna see a totally different looking car just from that little change. All right, so the tips that I got for this application: when you're painting, keep your hand far away. Don't paint right up on it. You want to keep a good amount of distance away from what you're painting. Like if you saw in the time lapse, I wasn't right up on it. You got to stay a good distance away. That's gonna minimize your dripping. You don't want no drippy looking paint. Because I can show you right now the way I know that what I'm talking about works. I've been doing it for years. I used to, not only was I in the military in a construction battalion, before I started heavily modifying cars, painting rims, wrapping and all that stuff, I used to work in repairing ornamental iron doors and gates. So these things were had custom paint, and we had to go out there and sometimes we had to do repairs on site. We'd work on metal, different surfaces. It had to be good looking because this was an expensive product. This is a very expensive door. Just like I did those wheels, the same spraying technique is used on this grill for this Audi. You see how it looks smooth? Somebody hit right there, so that's totally different what I'm talking about. But you see how right there, how it's smooth? It's already rained after I've had this done, and the car was all muddy because it's right next to the house, so all the dirt from the house splashes right on the car. So the thing was filthy. I know it's durable because I've been able to clean it off and just wash it like it's just from the factory. No problem, no problem. Make sure you use high quality paint. Like I used a high performance industrial grade enamel paint. There's different brands for you to check out. Check out online, check out at Home Depot, check out at Sherwin-Williams paint store. Either that or an acrylic enamel paint. Those paints are really good paints. Like this car right here, but this thing turned out good. See how smooth that is? Oh my gosh, no drips. Look at that, no drips. I promise you, you will not find a drip on here. That ain't how I operate. I've been doing this stuff for years. And not to mention, I've been an artist for years. Like I said before, you can do this kind of stuff if you want to at home. Or if you're in Arizona and you want me to do it for you, hit me up. But I'm gonna let this one dry right now, and I'm gonna get back to you after I get all this plastic all taken off of here and let you see what the final product looks like. Earlier this morning, I had to come out here and do another coat, but everything's inspected. I'm starting to take the plastic off. I'm gonna show you what it looks like when it's all cleaned up. Last update, as you can see, here it is now. Plastic's all off of it and it's looking pretty damn good. Just a few things to remember. Make sure you put your tape specifically where you want it to be. Make sure you like double check that and be real thorough with your placement. And when you're spraying, it's okay to keep a good distance back until you get more confident with it without getting drips. The last thing you want is some drips, so I would suggest practice on the side. Practice on like a separate piece of metal or something. This is pretty clean right here. Pretty clean, pretty clean. But yeah, stay tuned for more. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be doing this whole thing. The rims are gonna be black and the rest of the chrome is gonna be gone on the side. Stay tuned for the rest of the updates. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Oh yeah, one more thing I just wanted to show you. Do not mess around when it comes to tension. So look at that. You see how none of it's on the car? None of it's on the headlights? None of it's on the bumper. Nothing. Nothing, no overspray anywhere. And no drip. No drip marks. No drip marks anywhere. Very clean, especially for the application. If you like the video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Check out the next one. Remember, like I said before, the next one is the truck right there.